building or indeed on the crane?
Well, I can't. And here I have to stress I can only report what I see in front of me here. I don't know what was there before an incident occurred. But in terms of what's there, what is striking is you can see what looks like the top of this structure. It's impossible to tell whether that is as high as the structure was planned to have gone. The crane from where I am standing appears to poke out higher than the top of the structure, maybe inevitably. So that, after all, the point of a crane, it wouldn't work otherwise. So it may be that this crane was even higher than people might have been aware or conscious of beforehand. A police van just going past now with rather than a van transporting police officers. Yeah, it's full of police in there going quite a little manpower. It may be that crane was higher than people might have anticipated the building to be. It may be that the crane was poking up higher than the completed building was planned to be when it was finally done. But that's all you can tell, or you can sort of guess at by looking at it. But it is very clear what has happened there, very clear just how serious it's been.
And Ross, just returning to something you said earlier on about urban search and rescue on the side of the emergency vehicles and heavy lifting equipment. I mean, I don't know what the urban... Do you have any idea what the urban search and rescue are actually doing there?
No, nor indeed whether that was simply two vans that they shoved a bunch of staff in because they need a bunch of staff down here. You want to be careful of reading too much into what's written on the side of vehicles. But what is clear is two of those came through, and also very large sort of trucks, fire brigade trucks with heavier equipment in the back. Now, I've seen the debris myself on the ground. It is clearly heavy. It is clearly significant. There's clearly a lot of work to do in moving that, and you would imagine that their job will be to move it. Although, frankly, you'd imagine first the job will be to investigate and try to find out what has gone on here. So I wouldn't like to make any guesses about just how quickly that might happen. I haven't seen such a big emergency response since 7/7 and the period after that, when South London was full of flying police cars. There's no suggestion of any sort of terror problem here. But what is clear is the scale of what we're looking at here. What is unclear is what impact that will have had on individuals and who, if anyone, has been hurt. The only other thing you can see, if you walk slightly around, I'm viewing this tower from the south, if you can see pictures of it, there doesn't appear to be damage to the tower itself. So at a glance, and it's only the evidence of my own eyes, it looks like if anything came off the top of that, it didn't hit the building on the way down. It will, of course, have hit the ground when it got there, and the question is what damage it's done.
Ross, many thanks for now.
I'll speak to eyewitness Rob Easton, as an electrician who saw the aftermath of the accident. And Rob, just describe what it was you saw.
Graphic.
Rob, can you hear me?